Lawmakers are close to passing a bill that could affect you if you ever get a haircut or a facial. The Senate passed a bill that will lower standards for state barber and cosmetology licenses. But a state barbers association is trying to block the bill that would cut cosmetology license training requirements from 1,500 to 1,000 hours and a barber's license from 1,800 to 1,000 hours of training.
I can't do anything with anyone that's 1,000 hours.
Waverly Willis owns and operates 3 barber shops and heads a nonprofit industry group known as the Ohio Barber and Beauty Alliance. He blames large chains for pressuring lawmakers to cut training requirements and lower standards.
Now, if a regular barber student comes out at 1,000 hours, I probably wouldn't even interview him because it would be too much of a heavy lift for me to leave my client in the chair to go help out the new barber. But great clips, sport clips, those type of chains, they'll gladly take them.
Willis says there is a shortage of licensed workers. The conservative think tank, the Buckeye Institute, agrees. And that's why they say the training hour requirements must be lowered.
The state of New York is at 1,000 hours and has been for years. And so this notion that there is a mass public safety problem, if that were true, I would imagine that you would have heard something having happened in a state like New York, which obviously is a more populous state than the state of Ohio.
But Willis argues Ohio's barbers are better trained. He also works for a school and says they've got fixed costs, so even if training hour requirements go down, tuition will not.
And if we cut those hours, their financial aid get cut. So the thing is, without the financial aid, some people just won't even go to barber school or cosmetology school.
If the schools don't want to reduce their tuition, then that says something about the schools. Let's be honest about that.
But Willis says Ohio schools include in their training how to form an LLC, get a tax ID, and grow your own business, not work for someone else.
We have to teach them how to cut hair to the best of our ability, obviously, because they're in barber college. We have to teach them sanitation, obviously, because our main goal is to serve and protect the public. So we can't cut those 2 out. So what's going to go? The business part of it.
Supporters of the bill say schools can still teach those things and offer extra hours of training, but it should not be required.
In other states, with no cost, no safety consequences for consumers, and as far as I can tell, no major consequences to the individuals. They're out there working.
The Ohio House also passed a version of this bill, and now the House and Senate have to hammer out differences. And if they do, it's likely headed to Governor DeWine for his signature.